Hey, I'm Stephanie. I'm an occupational therapist and a certified yoga instructor. Today, I will lead you through a seated yoga flow. Today's practice will focus on chest opening and hip opening, as well as some mindful awareness of breath and body movement. So join me in a chair, preferably one without armrests. And if you have a mat to set your chair on, it'll feel a little bit more stable, but it's not necessary. And begin seated with your back lifted off the backrest if possible. And just find yourself here to start. Get curious about your body, how you're feeling. Non-judgmental, we're just noticing a starting point. Begin to build your awareness about your feet. Maybe wiggle your toes. Lift all 10 toes and really press them into the ground. Imagine you could grow roots through the bottom of your feet and really ground into the earth or the floor. Feel really stable. And then do the same thing with your hips into your chair. So you're really rooting down. And from all that stability, we're finding length, some height through the top of your head. You'll notice a feeling of lifting through your low abdomen, maybe through your chest, but keep those shoulders relaxed. And let's maintain a neutral spine if we can. So your back has some natural curves to it. In the lower back, you have a little bit of an inward curve as well as at your neck. So we don't want to work so much that our back becomes as straight as a board because it should have a little curve. But we don't want to exaggerate any of the curves in a way that would be unhealthy. So find where that neutral spine is today. Maybe that takes a little bit of moving around. And breathe here. So begin to draw your attention to your breath. Notice if any part of your body moves as you inhale or exhale. Maybe it's your neck muscles or your shoulders. Maybe it's your belly. And begin to see if you could direct your breath to the lower part of your rib cage. So bring your hands to your upper abdomen, low rib cage, maybe around the sides if you have that kind of flexibility. And make your next inhale a really deep one. See if you can breathe in so much that your rib cage spreads out to the side. And exhale, knit your ribs back together. So we're looking for expansion with the inhale and contraction of the abdominal muscles on the exhale. We're paying particular attention to these low ribs because your diaphragm is seated right in here at the bottom of your rib cage. So as you inhale, your diaphragm is moving down and out of the way for your lungs to expand. And as you exhale, we're contracting and pushing that air back up and out. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Now, sometimes some limitations within your musculature may prevent you from taking a deep breath. So we're going to take some time to warm up and stretch and mobilize your chest area. Bring your hands and your elbows up in front of your face. Draw your elbows towards one another. Arms are parallel. As you inhale, bring both arms out to the side in a cactus position. Exhale, draw your hands back together like there's magnets in them. Inhale, pull them apart. Exhale, draw them back together. We're maintaining a long neck as you do this. And keeping that grounding through your feet and hips. And bring your hands back down to your knees. Now your shoulder blades, your scapula, are the bones that sit right on the back of your shoulder. They're a big flat triangular bone. And we have a lot of mobility options because that bone sort of floats along your rib cage and is controlled by the muscles. So we're going to explore protraction and retraction. So protraction is when your shoulders move forward and your shoulder blades round across your body and move towards the front plane. And then retraction is when we bring our shoulder blades together, almost like you could pinch a pencil between them. So let's add breath here. Exhale as you round forward. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keeping some tone in your abdomen here so we don't splay forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, squeeze. Let's do 2 more together. Exhale to round. Inhale, feel those shoulder blades glide back in together. And find neutral between those two. Let's do a few shoulder rolls. Backwards, squeeze your shoulders up, back and together and down. Up, back and down, and change direction. Squeeze back, rise up, and pull them forward. And breathe. Okay, find your neutral seat. And let's explore the space on the sides of our rib cage. So place one hand on the edge of your chair. Opposite arm reaches out, up and over. Find length in your side body on both sides. So even the side that's bending is lengthening first. Maintain that grounding through your hips. So both hips are still rooted into the chair. And we're breathing. And reach towards the ceiling, come back upright. Take a breath in the center and then reach your hand out, come to the other side. Lengthening out through the top of your head. Find smooth, easy breath here. Inhale, reach back up, out, and down. Okay, let's begin to warm up those hips. So place the back of your heel onto your shin and draw your leg up and down a few times, finding some external rotation through your hip. And on your next one, go ahead and lift your leg and cross it all the way over. And ground through both your hips. Stabilize through your foot that's still on the ground. If you feel steady here, you can let go of your chair. Place your hand on your knee. And reach to hold on to the chair behind you. So we're finding a twist in your upper spine. Gently push your body further, but we don't want to crank into a twist. So we're lengthening with each inhale, and then if there's room, gently twist a little further. And breathe easy here. Each inhale finds length. Each exhale explores to see if there's some more space. And gently unwind. Bring your ankle to your knee. Find a figure 4 stretch. So both feet are still really active here. Find a length out through your head. If there's room and you're feeling like you'd like a more intense stretch, you can grab onto your chair or place your hands on your thighs and gently begin to lean forward. But any forward lean should be a hinge from the hips. We're not looking to fold or crunch forward. We're lengthening and hinging. And breathe. This should feel a sensation in the outside of your hip. So if you're feeling any pain or pinching in your knee, you need to ease back up. We do not want to force the knee down. It's not meant to move that way. And gently come back up. Lift your leg and lower it back down to the ground. Let's come to the other side. Bring your heel to the back of your heel to your shin. And inhale up, exhale down. Notice any sensations in your hip joint. It's using a lot of strength to lift that leg. And on your next one, come all the way up, cross your leg over. Maintain active toes, grounded hips. Place your hand on your knee and grab the chair behind you. Lengthen through your spine and explore what twist is available to you. And breathe. Each inhale gets you taller. Each exhale checks to see if there's more room for your spine to begin to twist a little bit more. We're breathing and gently unwind. Bring your ankle to your knee. Lengthen, get as tall as you can. And if there's space and you'd like a little more intensity, you're welcome to begin to hinge forward. This is our figure 4 stretch. It's a modification of pigeon pose. We're still grounding through your foot on the floor and through your hips. And we're breathing here. And gently come back up and bring your foot to the floor. Now that we've found some space in our rib cage and hips, we're going to explore extended side angle. So step one foot out to the side, toes point directly out. So we're looking for a right angle between your legs. So one set of toes points forward, the other one points right out to the side. And then rotate your torso so it points forward as well. From here, really root through your hips and begin to lean out over your leg that's on the side of your chair. So you could stay here with an elbow on your knee. If you'd like a little bit more rotation, a little bit more side body stretch, you can begin to stretch that hand down towards the floor. Welcome to place it on a block here. What I'd like to explore is to see if we can reach that opposite arm up towards the ceiling. So your shoulder blades are drawing together. Your feet root down through the floor. And we're looking for length and space here. So you're shining your heart forward, letting your chest open up and your shoulder blades come together on your back body. And just notice your breath here, like for your breath to be smooth and easy, and for your body to feel stable. So if it's not feeling that way, just dial it back. So you could bring your hand back down to your hip. You could place your arm on your thigh instead of reaching all the way down to the floor. And just notice the longer you hold it, if you find more space, more length. And if you've reached down to the floor, bring your elbow to your thigh, reach through your top arm and come back up. And bring that outside foot in, adjust your hips and step open to the other side. Find length here, stability. Rotate your torso towards the front and find this right angle on the opposite side. And begin to hinge from your hips. You could begin with an elbow on the thigh, or finding that same length through your side body that you did with the leans earlier. If there's room, you could begin to slide your arm down and reach your opposite arm up to the ceiling. Let your neck muscles be soft here. Your necks often think they can stabilize the whole body, but the stability here is coming from your hips and your feet, from your core. So we want our neck to be able to rest, lengthen, but not strain. As you breathe, notice if you can make any small adjustments. So drawing those shoulder blades together, lengthening your hand towards the ceiling, grounding through your feet. And the longer we hold a pose, the more opportunity there is just to explore and notice. We're building strength and endurance, but it's just an opportunity for your mind to be able to scan through the different parts of your body. Notice what happens if you hold a stretch for longer. You breathe into it. You may find some sense of ease that you didn't have at the beginning. And if you've reached down, bring your elbow back to your thigh, reach through your top arm and come back up to center. Bring both feet towards the front of your chair. And breathe. Find neutral again with your feet planted on the floor. Now step both feet equally wide and adjust your hips so that your pelvis is tilting forward a little bit. So your upper body is leaning. You can keep your hands on the side of your chair on your knee. So this is level 1, goddess pose. If you'd like a little bit more intensity and strength building, begin to shift your weight forward into your feet and press down through your feet. So you may want to scoot forward up to the edge of your chair so you have a little bit more room to play here. So you're welcome to keep your hands in prayer or on your knees, but we're going to shift forward and try to put all of your weight into your feet. So as you shift, press through your feet and sit back down. So we're really engaging a lot through your glute muscles and the backs of your hips. And rock forward, press hard. This is a deep squat. And sit back down. I want your knees to be tracking with your second toe here so they're not pulling in or out. And rock forward, press through your feet, and you're welcome to hold this as long as your body will allow you, or take it in pulses like I am. This is a real heat building exercise. We're pushing hard through your feet, really engaging. Exhale as you stand up each time. Let's do 2 more here. And sit back down on the edge of your chair and lengthen through the top of your head. Find a forward fold here. So you can keep your elbows on your knees, or if it feels good to lean all the way out, you could rock side to side. We're looking for a length and release in your low back here. And just an easy breath. And press through your feet, slowly roll back up. And draw your feet together. Bring one foot back underneath you and extend the other foot long with your toes up. And you're sitting on the edge of your chair here if that feels steady for you. This may feel like a big stretch in itself. If you'd like a little bit more intensity, ground through your hips and hinge forward. You can place your hands on your thighs. We're looking for a stretch in the back of your hamstring. So this back of your thigh. Lengthen and reach out over your leg. Let's keep your back flat for this stretch so that you really are targeting that stretch to the back of your hamstring. And you're welcome to keep a small bend in your knee if that feels better for your body. Avoid any movements that cause any pinching or strain in your low back, so you may need to ease back up or bend your knee a little bit more. And keep drawing those toes towards your shin. And gently come back up. And let's change sides. So opposite foot stretches out. Lengthen first and hinge forward from your hips. And breathe. As you exhale, you might find more space. So we always lengthen on the inhale and soften on the exhale. And gently roll back up. Come back to center. Find your neutral spine, neutral hips. Feet are planted. And begin to draw your shoulder blades together. Let your chest open and start to find a little bit of a back bend. So this is the very beginning of Camel Pose. So first, just find as much length as you can. So that, remember from the beginning, that length is going to come from how grounded you are into your chair. So we're finding space across your chest, drawing your shoulder blades together. Then you can bring your hands to the back of your hips, or you can put your fists there or your fists on the chair. Elbows are going to draw back, and explore how far you can hinge backwards. So I want the majority of this bend to be in your upper back. This is Camel Pose. We're looking for space across your chest. Your neck can kind of gently fall backwards, but we're not pinching it back. And as you breathe, find more space across your chest. Your shoulder blades are really actively drawing together. Try to avoid letting your lower rib cage pop forward. We're keeping the tone through your abdomen so your rib cage is still drawing in and together. And begin to tuck your chin and gently roll back up. And breathe here. Okay, as we begin to wind down this practice, scooch back into your chair so you can let your back rest against the back of your chair. And draw one knee in towards your chest. Use your hands to bring it towards you. Squeeze in. And then maybe find some small circles. And just breathe here. Maybe draw circles the other direction. And draw your knee towards your armpit and across your body. One more big squeeze in and lower that knee down. And try the other side. Pull your knee in towards your chest. If your shin is not accessible to you, you're welcome to hold on behind your thigh, or even use a towel around your leg to draw it in. We're going to draw some circles here, kind of massaging that hip joint. And come the other direction. And draw your knee towards your armpit and across your chest. And gently release and lower it back down. Could find some shoulder rolls or gentle neck circles, whatever feels good to you to start winding down. Make sure your hips are scooted all the way back in your chair. You can inhale, bring your shoulders up towards your ears and exhale them down. And let your back rest against the back of your chair and begin to allow your muscles to relax here. So take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, kind of shake everything loose. Let it go. Find a comfortable position for your feet. I want this to be a little bit like a reclined resting position, so you can let your feet come out in front of you. Relax your toes and the muscles of your feet. Relax your calves and your shins. Relax your knees. And relax your thigh muscles. Take a deep breath in and feel like you could really fill and expand your whole lower abdomen and your pelvic floor. And as you exhale, let it all relax. So all the muscles around your hips are relaxing, melting down into the chair. As your belly muscles relax, you sort of melt back into your chair. Let your hands rest where they're comfortable. And relax the muscles of your chest and your shoulders. Relax your neck and your jaw. Relax the muscles of your face, your eyelids, the skin of your forehead. And then once again, just draw your attention to your breath. Notice if you can feel the air moving in and out through your nose or mouth. If any part of your body is moving as you take breaths. Let your breath be easy and light, as natural as possible. And try to become an observer of your breath here. And begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Take a little bit deeper breath. Draw your feet back in underneath you. And maybe lift back up off the back of your chair. Bring your hands to your knees or together at heart center. And you can keep your eyes closed or slowly blink them open. Take a moment to thank yourself for the mobility work you've done today, for taking time to pay attention to your body. Thank you for taking time to practice with me. I appreciate you. Namaste. Seriously, thank you so much for taking time to do this practice with me. It's an honor and a joy to be able to share it with you and share yoga with more people of all mobility types. Please subscribe, like this video, comment if you have any suggestions or things you'd like to see. If you'd like longer, shorter videos, any specific parts of your body you'd like me to address in a yoga video, I'd be happy to. I'll see you next time.